What's good, YouTube? Alrighty, let's get this thing started. Okay, what do we have for overnight? Overnight. All right. Okay, so SPY's trying to gap up a little bit pre-market. So let's see the potential range for today. Let's do it. Okay, top down. Let's do a top down analysis real quick. Quick top down analysis. Okay, so we're still we're 2 up on a month. So we're 2 up on a month, and then a week we broke the 2 down from last week's. We triggered that, and if they decide to come down, they'll try to close a lot of this. This kind of try to get here to the downside. 2-day inside candle broke that to the downside. Yesterday was like just a slow death in the market. Hardly no volume at all. So we broke this 2 down. So we had an inside candle on that was created on Friday. Monday we broke that 1 candle to the downside, and then we gapped down yesterday on Tuesday to give us a 2-2 down. Now they're acting like they possibly want to trigger this to the upside for because we have a 2 down. They can try to go 2 up and maybe try to come fill some of this gap back to the upside. So let's break that down. Let's see. Okay, so we had a close. Let's bring in ATR, average true range. I would be very, very careful of low volume. It's been atrocious in the market. It has been absolutely horrible. So buying time is the name of the game. Buying time is the name of the game. And that's what we'll be doing in my group today. So we're not buying no short dated contracts. Let's see what. Okay, so we got a 740, 767, 45 cents plus $7.23. We can get as high as 774. Let's type that in. 774, 68 cents. All right. So we can get as high as that. And it's not quite the gap fill up here. We got a daily gap fill right there. I'm going to try it in a second. 767.45. All right, we can fall as low as 760 and 22 cents. So, oops. All right, so the ES is starting to try to give a little bit of movement back to the upside. Interesting. Okay, so we have a 2 down. So this is a call entry on a daily to go back to the upside. Okay. And I'm seeing like a little bitty, burner. So we got a higher low, higher high. They came and took out this low. Now, okay, look. So I'm not being biased. Not trying to be biased, but this can be a broadening formation, a new one, because broadening formations do expand up and to the right. But if they break this line, this bottom line, they're going to come down even more to fill some of this gap to the downside. So they can temporarily bounce up, and I'm just a messenger. So I've been really studying my broadening formations like crazy. as weird as this can be, it has the potential to do that, to hit all-time highs again, and then start to come back down. So, but yeah, just showing you what I see. But let's go ahead and chart this out. So we got a 2 down. Now it goes outside the range, but this is a gap fill, a daily gap fill back to the upside. Why am I over? Oh, there you go. Okay. So that goes a little bit outside the range. And then on the 4-hour, we had a 2 down. We spent most of the time being down yesterday. So I figured all the triggers would be back to the upside, and they're already gapping above it. So, you know, the entry would have been right here at 768. And now they're already up here in the pre-market trying to target this high. And the next high would be up here. This is a gap fill on a 4-hour back to the upside. So it's possible they can try to go and close this gap today. Market loves to fill gaps, you know. So we're stuck in between multiple gaps, and we inside this gap. We've got gaps right here. A lot of gappy price action. But the entry right here was at the 4-hour. This was the next target. Now this is the next gap target right here on the 4-hour gap fill, and then above that you have another gap on the 4-hour. And then right above that, you got another target to the upside of the 4-hour, target to the upside, 4-hour PT. So you got some potential gap fills at the top. Let's see what the 1-hour is talking about. The 1-hour, I'm not going to track that, but this was the entry. This was because they already triggered it. So we already got plenty of targets for the 4-hour, but if this was intraday, this would have been the call entry. They've already triggered this and they're already pushing back higher. So they need to take Microsoft with it, because I'm in some Microsoft calls, and we're going to go over Microsoft in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. But these next targets are 4-hour targets. They're already pretty much there. Okay, so that's all the stuff to the downside. And let's mark this just in case they decide to dump. I'm going to mark this as the previous day low, PDL. All right, bet. So we got this just in case they decide to tank, because the market's under a lot of pressure. Because if we look at the weekly candle, if they break this weekly candle today, that'll give it another 2 down. I mean, what they will expand it. It's still active. This candle's still active. So now when they open it up, this is going to have a wick at the bottom. All right, this is going to wick up. If they decide to keep this up, we still got to 8:30 before this starts to push back to the upside. Last thing, let's do the pre-market highs and lows for this SPY. Let's go to extended hours. So they just got a surge just now. Just got a surge, and they are pushing this thing. Ooh, ooh. Got a nice little push right there. That's fine with me. Just take Microsoft with you. Okay, so pre-market low, pre-market high. This is the range. Boom. They just did this all in 2 10-minute candles. They are surging. I think some news might have came out. Something's happening. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like news is happening. This candle, this was chopped all day yesterday, and they just easily got above all this yesterday. Huh. I'm sure some news probably came out. This is a crazy surge. This is a crazy surge. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna keep my eye on the pre-market. That's nuts. They're already trying to fill this gap to the upside. Look at this. When they open, they're going to gap up. And this is potential targets right here, gap and goes. And I just showed you on the chart. Let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, let's go to the 4 hour. Let's see what this looked like on the 4 hour. This right here was a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now they bouncing again. I know it sounds crazy, but these jokers can still finish out the week pushing all the way up here. Like they could do it. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. This is a broadening formation. They can, I know it sounds crazy. They can start to go back and do all-time highs all over again. So this is the market. They keep buying every dip. Every dip just keeps getting bought up. This market is so straight up. It is nuts when you look at it on bigger time frames. So I'm just so used to this market hitting all-time highs. I know that when this market does correct, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad because people think that this stuff will never come down, and it will. It will. Trust me. At some point, it will. You got this as a low. That's a future support level. You have this low and that low right there. That's a future support level. So they're just keeping the market propped up, and I'll be ready for these levels to be caught at these bounce levels. This sideways level, this right here is support. Let's do this. So support, bounce. This is a support level. I expect this line to get hit in the future. So right now, we're bullish. It is what it is. This right here is another support level. Low. And this is a low. It bounced off this. So support, and we're just still stuck in this little range right here. Go to the 1 hour. Yeah. But until then, we're just gonna be up here until something happens, news, or we have a lot of debt, 40 trillion in debt with a T, 40 trillion. So the 10-year and the 30-year bonds, they're ticking up just because we have so much debt, and we are the people that suffer behind it because what you do with debt, they charge us. You know what I mean? It falls back on us. Okay, so this thing just popped up random while I'm charting, and so now, they've already went past my pre-market high and already went up some more. They're about to gap up through this. Yo, there's a gap fill right here, 772. They might go ahead and fill that gap. Let's check Microsoft. I pray to God Microsoft just got lifted because of this. Okay, Microsoft's still lagging. What the heck? Okay, I'm officially annoyed. Hopefully they pick it up, but this feels kind of trappy. What is moving? Why? Okay, Google's still down. It must be AMD, SanDisk, and Micron, because Microsoft's still down. See what Tesla's doing. Okay, Tesla's trying to move up pre-market. See what Amazon is doing. Amazon is up a little bit pre-market. SpaceX is up a little bit. Let's check Apple. Apple's pretty much at the same level. Okay, Meta's still down. NVIDIA. I figured it. NVIDIA. Their asses is up. Going into this gap. So NVIDIA might be the play. NVIDIA might be the play. Let's check on SanDisk and Micron. See what's going on in these stocks. It's probably them that's pushing it up. Yep. Again, once again, chips, memory sector, they're pushing it up. They're gapped up. See, MU gapped up, MU gapped up, AMD gapped up. So they are the ones that's moving to the upside. So for me, I would be looking to, see if these things are going to go. Yeah, but let me go ahead and chart out Microsoft since I'm in it. I need them to get their shit together. Okay, this is the problem with Microsoft. We were up here for the month. Now they're rejecting this. And so we're 2-2 up on a month. And in a week, we just triggered. We had a filter up last week, and it came down to try to take out these lows. It's probably need to come down a little bit more. That's probably what the problem is. Okay, yesterday we had a filter down on the daily. So they decide to push up and trigger this call to the upside. Then they'll try to go take out these targets to the upside. So let's go ahead and chart this. Such an ugly candle yesterday. That small doji candle, a lot of consolidation. So we'll see. All right, so we had to close at 481.63 with the ATR of $13.54. I just needed to move $13 to the upside because that would literally, I had a 490 strike price on my stuff. So if they go to 495 to the upside, and we'll be in business. Okay, so 41.63. All right, so we got a target to the downside that they possibly can hit. 468.09. I hope they don't hit that lower target, but this is a range that they can play in as far as the daily range. Now, this is what I need to happen. We got a 2 down. We got a call entry right here on the day. Okay, we got a gap fill, daily gap fill right there. And then we got a daily target right here, this next candle high. PT daily. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Okay, we had an inside candle on the 4 hour, so they're already still down below that. So this is the put entry on the 4 hour. And this is the price target that they can take out to the downside. This low, this kind of low. It's very possible to be taken out to the downside. They do that, my contracts will be finito. Part of the game. They really get nasty. This is a 4 hour fair value gap fill to the downside, sitting at 466.80. But if they decide to trigger that 4 hour call entry to the upside, it would be right here at 483.78. So it's not looking good. But, when that market open, it could be a different story. Okay, so we got a 4 hour gap fill back to the upside right here. This little peak. So that's all the targets from daily and the 4 hour. We got a 2 down on the hour. It's at the same level as the 4 hour. So I'm not going to mark the hour time frame because they're pretty much all there. And this is a 1 hour target to the upside, 485, but I'll just go ahead and mark it just in case they decide to get bullish. 1 hour time frame. Oops. All right, they already triggering the puts at the open. And last thing, let's see what the pre-market high and pre-market low is doing. It's been such a horrible range. Okay, they are pretty much stuck sideways. Pre-market high. Okay. Okay, that's the levels for Microsoft. I need them to come back up here, trigger these calls. Need them to catch a bid. Oh man. QQQ is just, they're pushing. They got some gap fills up here to the upside. All right, so we got a target that can get up here to 729. All right, we can get as high as there. They can get a nice little move. Okay, so 717.51. Okay, we can fall as low as 705 if they start to get bearish again. So this is the bottom range, just in case the market tank out. We're in a news-driven market. We know anything can happen. Okay, so right now they're on the verge of triggering these calls back to the upside. We have the 2 down. So that's a call entry right here. And then you have, this is another target right here. So gap. Okay, 4 hour. What we got? Inside candle. They're gapping above that 4 hour entry. They're already above it. The next target is the call entry on the daily. And then you got these. Okay. That's my alarm. Let me know it's 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. Let's finish this. Just in case they decide to go bearish. Trigger these puts to the downside. That's low. This is a low. All right. 1 hour was a call entry to the upside. Yeah. Okay. So we got all the targets. And yeah, so they can push up here and start to get, closing that gap to the upside. So these are the levels. Last thing, extended hours, pre-market high, pre-market low. Let's get that. We need to know that area. Market might move today because it's been so bad, but there's no guarantees. Okay. All right. Well, good luck out there, traders. Appreciate y'all watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please share this with a friend. And I greatly appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next. Good luck trading today. All right. Peace.